Welcome back, everybody. In this video we're gonna be talking about the most effective way to draw support and resistance. This is really important and is one of the most basic strategies because this lets you know how much of an upside and downside you have in every single trade. As always, don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you are up to date with every single of our new videos. If you're opening a new account, don't forget to use our link below, either Webull, Thinkorswim, or Robinhood, and you're gonna get some free stocks with your initial deposit. All right, so let's not waste time and get started. Video we're gonna be using the AMD chart, the 180 days to the 4 hour intervals. Now we need to understand that depending on the time period, we're gonna have different support and resistance. However, the effective support and resistance is the most recent tested low and high for the relevant time period. So the period that we are using to take our position. All right? Now, what do we mean by tested? Tested means that it have at least returned at least twice to the same number. All right. Now we need to remember that we also have to look at the long-term support and resistance to find out how this stock is being going throughout the days. All right, so how do we find support and resistance? So the first thing we're gonna do to draw support and resistance, we're gonna go here to drawing tools. Then we're gonna select this one, right? First, we're gonna draw the long-term support that is gonna be our lowest point in the time period, and the whole time will be this one right here, right? Then we're gonna find out the long-term resistance will be our highest point, and we can see this highest point right here. All right, so that's our long-term. Now, we just want to see that one to see how our stock is been going for a little while. Now, the most important one is the short-term resistance and the short-term support, because that's the more reliable for the position that we are taking, because we're trying to take a short position. We're not trying to take a year-long position. We're just trying to take a 2 weeks, 3 weeks position. So our most recent resistance will be right here, and the good thing is being tested twice, so this is a strong resistance. Now our short-term support is this one right here, right, and it's been tested twice as well, so we have a strong short-term support and resistance. It will make sense for us to use the short term, that is this one right here, support and resistance, to realize if we're gonna take a position or not. Now we can see that we are really close to the resistance versus the support. So what's the difference from money-wise, price-wise, between the resistance and support? We can see that we're only little less than $3 away to hit resistance again. Now downside right here, we have way more potential to go down. We have around $16 of down position. So at this point for AMD, it's not worth it for us to take a position there. Why are we focusing on the short-term resistance and support? Is because we are taking a short-term position. Right? We don't want to focus too much on the long term because we're not taking a long-term position. However, we utilize the long term for context. We want to know exactly our upside and downside if we would let it ride in a long term. But for this purpose, we're only going to focus on the short term, and it's not a good time for us to take a position. All right, so let's look at Walmart. So when we look at Walmart again, we're gonna do the long term. It's gonna be our lowest point, our long term support. It will be the lowest. I'm gonna do it right here. Now our long term resistance, it will be the highest in the whole time period. Now we see we don't have that good of a support and resistance because it haven't been tested. Now, if we look at the short-term support, we can see this short-term support is a really strong short-term support. It has been tested 3 times, right? And our long short-term resistance, we can see it is right here. It's been tested twice. Now, we can see in here that we have quite a bit of upside, but we still have more downside with utilizing the short term. So again, this is not a good option. Now, if we see some confirmation with the SMA line, we could take a position, and maybe we have right here around $8 that we could possibly hit before we hit resistance again. Now in a downtrend, we have around $12. Me personally, I will not take a position either in this one. The next example is gonna be Alibaba. This is kind of it's a Chinese company, right? So the first thing we're gonna do is look for the long-term support. Is down here at 185. All right, and we're gonna look at the long-term resistance. It's right here at 319. All right, now we're only using those two as context. So let's go and look our short-term support. It's gonna be this one right here at the bottom. Let's see. All right, and our short-term resistance is around right here. Let's see. Right here, and it was tested twice at 314. All right, let's go all the way right here. Now we can see that here we are really close to hit support again at 264. Now our upside and downside is quite a bit of different on this one. We have around $60 on upside and only $14 on downside. So we have more upside than downside. So in this one, using the short-term resistance and support, it makes sense for us to take a short-term position based on these factors. That's basically it for effective support and resistance. Just always remember to look for every support and resistance. Not only look for the short term, always use the long-term support and resistance so you can use it as a contest, all right? But you're gonna wanna use the support and resistance shorter to the time frame that you're using. So if you're working on taking a position for 2-3 weeks, look out for the 2 or 3 weeks short-term support and resistance to use it as your effective one. As always, don't forget to like this video, subscribe and share, and if you have any question, please let me know, and I look forward to talk to you guys about time frames in the next video. Thank you.